Welcome to Story Time. 欢迎来到故事时间。I am Reading Bubby. 我是阅读伙伴。Today, Reading Bubby is going to read a story called The Three Little Pigs. The mommy pig sends three little pigs out into the world to be on their own. But a wolf came to visit. Will the three little pigs be okay? At the end of the story, Reading Buddy is going to teach you a common Chinese phrase. Ready? Let's get started. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had three little pigs.
唉, there won't be enough food for all of us soon.
One day, she sent them out into the world to seek their fortunes.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, Mommy.
Bye, my little pigs.
The first little pig was very lazy. He didn't want to work at all, and he built his house out of straw. I'm going inside and sleep. The second little pig worked a little bit harder, but he was somewhat lazy too.
The first little pig is fast. I want to be fast too.
And he built his house out of wood. My house is definitely stronger than
That of the first little pig, and it only took me one day.
The third little pig worked hard all day.
My house is going to be stronger than theirs.
He built his house with bricks. The other pigs thought the third little pig was being weird. It took him 1 week, but he didn't mind. He knew the house was going to be very strong. It was a sturdy house, complete with a fine fireplace and chimney. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the land where the three little pigs lived, and he saw the straw house.
I smell a pig inside.
He thought the pig will make a mighty fine meal, and his mouth began to water. So he knocked on the door.
Little pig, let me in, let me in.
But the first little pig saw the wolf's big paws through the keyhole. No, no, no,
Not by the hairs on my chin, chin, chin.
The wolf showed his teeth.
And I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
He huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf opened his jaws very wide and bit down as hard as he could. But the first little pig escaped and ran away to hide with the second little pig. The wolf continued down the lane and he passed by the second house made of wood. And he saw the house.
I smell the pigs inside.
His mouth began to water as he thought about the fine dinner they would make. He knocked on the door and said,
Little pigs, let me in, let me in.
But the little pigs saw the wolf's pointy ears through the keyhole.
No, 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 not by the hairs on our chinny chin chin.
The wolf showed his teeth and said,
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
So he huffed and he puffed and he blew the house down. The wolf was greedy and he tried to catch both pigs at once. But he was too greedy and got neither. His big jaws clamped down on nothing but air, and the two little pigs scrambled away as fast as their little hoofs would carry them. The wolf chased them down the lane and he almost caught them, but they made it to the brick house and slammed the door closed before the wolf could catch them. The three little pigs were very frightened. They knew the wolf wanted to eat them. And that was very, very true. The wolf hadn't eaten all day, and he had worked up a large appetite, chasing the pigs around, and now he could smell all three of them inside, and he knew that the three little pigs would make a lovely feast. So the wolf knocked on the door and said,
Little pigs, let me in, let me in.
but the little pigs saw the wolf's narrow eyes through the keyhole.
No, not by
Not
the
by the
hairs.
hairs
On
on
our
our
chinny chin chin.
So the wolf showed his teeth and said,
Then I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down.
well, he huffed and he puffed and he huffed and he huffed and he puffed, but he could not blow the house down. At last, he was so out of breath that he couldn't huff and he couldn't puff anymore. So he stopped to rest and thought a bit. But this was too much. The wolf danced about with rage and swore,
I would come down the chimney and eat you all for my supper.
But while he was climbing onto the roof, the third little pig had an idea.
Let's make a blazing fire and put on a big pot full of water to boil.
Then, just as the wolf was coming down the chimney, the little piggy pulled off the lid and plop! Into the scalding water fell the wolf. So the little piggy put on the cover again and boiled the wolf up. The two older pigs felt sorry for being so lazy while building the houses. They decided to build their houses with bricks too. And all the three little pigs lived happily ever after. Which house do you like the best? Is it the straw house, the wood house, or the brick house? Reading Bubby likes the brick house the best. Although it takes a long time to build, the brick house is so much stronger. Perhaps the third little pig should have told the first and the second little pigs not to be lazy. So, in today's Chinese time, Reading Bubby is going to teach you how to say "Don't be lazy" in Chinese. 不要偷懒，不要偷懒. The next time you see someone not trying his best, make sure you use this phrase to steer him towards the right direction. Thank you for listening. 谢谢收听. See you next time. 下次见.